is a very understandable misconception that Grand Prix racing is just about horsepower, but in fact we're interested in high levels of efficiency.
Formula One started out, you know, through the 50s, 60s, 70s. It was really quite a small industry. So teams were typically, you know, 10, 20 people. It's grown to really a massive operation now. It's an extremely high technology sport. It's a space in which engineers take and apply the very latest technologies into the vehicle. There are those who think that Formula One is, as you say, a backstreet outfit that, you know, with a few greasy mechanics who put cars together.
When I was going to high school, I thought you went to college and played sports or, you know, become a doctor. I didn't know. You know, I thought you had to do all the schooling. And I was actually going to college when I started the shop. It just got boring. So couldn't make any money in college. So I bought a Bug, a Volkswagen Bug, when I was 14, so I could fix it up before I turned 16. And we just, everything from taking the whole body off of it and replacing all these parts and just built it up, and then started street racing that, and that was it. Once we started street racing, it was downhill from there. Yeah, I don't know what a good word for this is, but this is our crap area.
One of the major things is cleanliness in the workshop. I mean, if we will have a look at our engine assembly area, you will see that. I think you can eat from the floor if you want to. It is really a very important thing because that's quality of the product. And quality in the end is reliability.
That's why we do a setup for all these cars. And we do a last check with a professional driver. And if he says it's okay, then we give the car to the customer.
Eventually it's you that's got to go out and bring it across the finish line ahead of all the other drivers. So you have to outsmart them, you have to outbrake them, out-challenge them, outdrive them.
One of the reasons that the racers like Mobil 1 so much is that on the racetrack, a lot of times things go wrong. A lot of times engines run way hot. There's debris in the racetrack. The coolant systems sometimes plug up. Sometimes they lose hoses or lose coolant, and things just go wrong. And Mobil 1 has shown time after time to be able to absorb unusually high amounts of heat and still protect the engine and still allow the racer to complete their event.
All Porsche race engines have to last 30 hours. Maybe for a normal customer of a road car, 30 hours, it sounds like nothing. But if you compare it to race engines in Formula One or IndyCar or NASCAR, they don't use their engines 30 hours. So to reach these 30 hours, you really need an oil that under all conditions keeps the engine running.
If you know exactly what your lubricant is able to do, then you design it to the properties of the lubricant.
You can't just design parts and then say, okay, well, let's just chuck some oil in. And the oil is a component of the assembly at the end of the day.
We exist to win, and that is what a Grand Prix team is.
I get to drive a Formula 1 car. I mean, no one gets to do that, so it's the coolest job in the world.
Yeah, we take it very serious. And maybe that's a special thing about German engineering.
I'm a factory driver. That's great, and that's what I ever wanted to do, and said immediately, yes, I want to do it.
I data logged that, it means 21 pounds. I shifted it, data logged that it shifted through all 3 gears. I mean, even though I can hear it, I like to data log it, see the RPM change. So that's all dialed. I made sure it's revving up, I checked the cooling, you know, we did all the normal stuff, and then I was like, you know what, last time